It's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. Today we've got a beer called Kaakao Kaakau. It's an Imperial chocolate stout coming in at 9.1% ABV from Bryggverket in Sweden. It's a 330 milliliter can. It says bean to bar, which is really cool. So fresh beans, fresh cacao beans from the bean straight to the bar. There's a look at that wonderful can art. It looks really good. I've been looking at this beer for a little while and kind of like just finding a space to go, now's the time to review it. It's starting to rain out there. It's the end of May. We're supposed to be having some kind of summer here in the UK, but it's currently about 10 degrees and freezing cold. And I thought, you know, this is the time. This is the time for this Imperial chocolate stout. So without further ado, let's get this beer out into a glass and see what we get. Massive thank you to Håkan in Sweden for sending me these. He sent me a wonderful, wonderful box of beer. Oh, look at this. One finger, tan coloured head. A jet black beer in the glass. Look as you rock the beer back and forth. As you rock it back and forth, you get that carbonation chasing the head of the glass. That looks tremendous. Absolutely tremendous. Look at the head retention. Look at the carbonation chasing the head of the glass. That means it's got a really good body to the beer because the carbonation is trying to push through the liquid to catch up to the head. Aroma. Oh, wow, wow. It immediately makes me want to close my eyes. And just, you know, just, oh. It's like instant relaxation. You could have had a monstrous day, a like really terrible day, and you get home and you're like, oh man, or do I get a beer instead? Kick the dog, or you know, or do I just get a nice beer like this? Ah, smoky, chocolatey, pipe tobacco smoke, bitter dark chocolate, caramel. Let's dive in. Cheers, everybody. It's really good. It's really good. Stone the crows! Stone the crows. Chocolate, coffee, caramel. It's a bit of... I'm really getting like the quality of the malt coming through. It's... Do you know when you get a really, really good high-end alcohol German beer with loads of like quality malts coming through, like lots of different layers of caramel, chocolate flavors, pipe tobacco smoke. It's like lots of different layers of really good German malt. I can taste it in the beer, and then the roasted malt, that chocolate, that coffee, that caramel, that cacao bean that's giving off that natural coffee flavour. It's a big, thick, bold beer. It's a medium mouthfeel. Carbonation, like struggles to push the beer on the inside of the mouth to release more of that flavour. It's more of an engine oil type beer. Licorice. Oh, just, it's really good. It's really, really good. And something that I've been feeling, but I wanted to put it to the end of towards the end of the review, is just the layer of balance. The layer of balance in the beer, from that slightly sweet, malty sweetness to the same malt but roasted, and the cacao nib and of course the hops just give it off a bitterness on the back end. So you've got this sweetness from the malt, the bitterness from the malt, but the bitterness from the hops and the bitterness from the cacao nib all at the same time. So it's like a wonderfully balanced beer. It's like a circus tightrope walker, you know, walking along the tightrope with that sweetness and the bitterness in hand. It's beautiful. Sometimes I stand here slightly frustrated. Because I'm trying to find the words to really describe just how good this beer is to you. Sometimes words don't do a beer justice. It doesn't give it the full 100% kind of like what I'm tasting. I'm giving out into like 80% words. So I'm tasting like this 100% fantastic, tremendous beer, but my words are only able to explain it 80% of that back to you. And that frustrates me because, well, does it? It does, but then again, it makes you guys want to go, I want to try that 20% for myself. So I'm going to go and buy that beer. And I'm going to go and drink that beer and try that beer and enjoy that beer for myself. And I think you should do that. I really do. Kaakao Kaakau by Bryggverket. And if I butchered this wonderful brewery's name, then I do apologise. I really do. They've snapped a picture of me running through the beach, look, on holidays. It's all in Swedish, so there's no point in me even trying to... Well, water, malt, cacao, lactose, cacao nibs. You know, my languages from around the world, I never had a clue when I first started reviewing beer on YouTube. But you start to recognise stuff. You start like, yeah, that's definitely lactose, that's definitely cacao. Hops, malt, yeast is very similar to German. Corn malt, very, very similar to German. Maybe to learn language you need to drink beer. Read the back of cans. Fabulous. Fabulous beer. I'm going to rate it. I like that beer enough to give it a 10 out of 10. It's a 10 out of 10 from Real Ale Craft Beer. Please put your comments in the comments box. Subscribe to our daily beer and food reviews. Give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom. Cheers.